Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
After that, we'll give you space to introduce yourself and give space as well, controlling officer, to those who have accompanied you to introduce themselves so that they can also settle at Parliament. When we're done with that, we'll ask you to take an oath. Those who are going to speak, just to help you resolve the queries, are also expected to take an oath, because this is a requirement for Public Accounts Committee appearances. So allow me to ask Mulanje South to begin with the introductions. Mulanje South, please.
Morning, Chairperson. Santiago Samson Piri is my name, representing the people of Mulanje South constituency. Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson and the Honorable Committee. My name is Pisiani Banet Nyondo, Member of Parliament, representing the great people of Chitipa Central Constituency. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Chair, good morning. My name is Gerard Tasaugadala, representing the people of Blantyre Central Constituency. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Vua Gaunda, MP for Nkadebe Town Center, also known as Nkadebe Central. Thank you, sir.
Through you, Chair, this is Aizenawa Mkaka, representing the people of Ilungu. Thank you.
Chair and all my seniors, I'm Patricia Kaliati, sitting in for the people of Mulanje West. Thank you.
And through Chair, my name is Barrister Ben, our Member of Parliament for Zomba City North. Thank you.
Through you, Chair, I'm Judith Sikaloka, Parliament Secretariat. Thank you.
Through you, Honorable Chairperson, I'm Nelly Nkata, Parliament Secretariat.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson and the Honorable Committee. My name is Thomas Makiwa, and I'm the Auditor General. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and the Honorable Committee. My name is Otto Ntindwa from National Audit Office.
Through you, Honorable Chairperson, I am Rabson Kagwaminga, also from the National Audit Office. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and Honorable Committee. My name is Jembegizom Sefra from National Audit Office. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and the entire committee. I'm Alexander Ben, representing Office of the President in Cabinet. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and Honorable Committee members. I'm Vincent Brian, Accountant General Representative. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and Honorable members. My name is Bob Chinkango.
Before we come to you, Controlling Officer, allow media to introduce themselves, colleagues from media. Then I'll hand over to you when we're done the introductions from this side. Media. Kindly switch on and speak to the mic, because all the proceedings are being recorded.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, Honorable Members. My name is Margaret Mapando from MPC.
Thank you so much. I see others are holding the cameras.
Through you, Chair, my name is Tulenje Muluzi, Member of Parliament for Machingali, and I'm a Vice Chairperson for Public Accounts Committee. Thank you.
Honorable members and CEO and your colleagues, my name is Stephen Baba Malondela, MP for Lilongwe Nyanja constituency and Chairperson of Public Accounts Committee. At this point, allow me to give you space to introduce yourself and the members that have accompanied you. Over to you, Controlling Officer.
Thank you very much, Chair and Honorable members. Honorable Chair, I am Bob Chinkango, Chief Executive Officer, Malawi Housing Corporation, and I'm accompanied by my 4 colleagues who will introduce themselves in turn.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and Honorable members present. My name is Matthews Matsangati. I'm the Director of Technical Services for Malawi Housing Corporation. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and all members. My name is Yotam Kajuma. I'm the Director of Finance for Malawi Housing Corporation. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairperson and Honorable members. I'm Okota Nzanda, the Legal Counsel for Malawi Housing Corporation. Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee. My name is Blair Nixon Chitimbe, Finance Manager, Malawi Housing Corporation.
Thank you so much, Controlling Officer and your team members, for introducing yourselves. I would like to ask Secretariat to administer the oath. Controlling Officer and honorable members, take note that this proceeding is live on Parliament TV. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Thank you.
I, Bob Chinkango, do solemnly swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, Matthews Madzangati, do solemnly swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, Yotam Kajuma, do solemnly swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, Blair Nixon Chitimbe, do solemnly swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you so much, Secretariat, for administering the oath. I would like also to appreciate the Controlling Officer for Malawi Housing Corporation and your team members for taking that oath. As you are aware that you are appearing before Public Accounts Committee, just to respond to the audit queries for the year ending 1st March 2022, I would like to just give you the mandate for Public Accounts Committee. When you're looking at Public Accounts Committee, you're talking of a committee which derives its mandate from sections 80 and 19 of the Public Audit Act and Standing Order 161. And it has several functions. One, to promoting the accountability of ministers and members of the National Assembly where public expenditure, public money, and public resources are concerned. Holding accountable ministries, agencies, and other entities controlled by the government for the economy, efficiency, and effectiveness with which they use public money and public resources. It is within the functions of Public Accounts Committee also to promoting the accountability of statutory bodies and those other persons charged with the management of public money and public resources. Examining the audited public accounts showing the appropriation of the sums granted by the National Assembly to meet the public expenditure and examining such public accounts laid before Parliament as may be referred to it by the National Assembly. Take note that we also have powers as Public Accounts Committee, but for the sake of this engagement, we'll just focus on the mandate. Controlling Officer, Having said that, I'll give you space, but maybe before you give us a synopsis of Malawi Housing Corporation, kindly receive congratulations from Public Accounts Committee on your appointment as the Chief Executive Officer for Malawi Housing Corporation. We wish you well, and Public Accounts Committee is there to provide any form of support within the role. We wish you all the best. Over to you, Controlling Officer, to give us a synopsis of Malawi Housing Corporation. Thereafter, we'll proceed to the audit queries. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chair and honorable members and officers from the government side, Auditor General and OBC. Chair, for beginners, I would like to thank you for your congratulatory message. It is an honor to serve this great country in this capacity. Chairperson and honorable members of the committee, Malawi Housing Corporation has been contributed to the Malawi's infrastructure since its formation in 1964. As Parliament may be aware, the House passed the Malawi Housing Corporation Act in 1964, and the corporation started its operations on the 1st of February in that year, 1964. With the mandate and functions as to manage such houses and housing estates as the government, through the Minister of Housing, would entrust the corporation. At the onset, our mandate as Malawi Housing Corporation was more of developing of housing estates and managing the same, and extended to the development of plots. However, in 2016, the mandate was extended by an act of parliament, where now, as a corporation, we operate as a commercial entity. That is contrary to the popular opinion, where in the past it was seen as just a social service provider. Now, as a corporation, we are supposed to be making profits and paying dividends to the shareholder, who happens to be the Malawi government. And as such, we were mandated to have the ability to raise funds on our own, whether by way of loans and other activities. And where we are to raise funds through loans, we have been mandated to seek a sovereign guarantee from the government to that effect. As I said, we also have the mandate to be making profits, and beyond that, to construct or purchase commercial buildings, as well as enter into contracts for the management of the both private and public houses. Honorable Chairperson and members, as you may be aware, so currently Malawi Housing Corporation goes beyond just being a landlord. We are a construction company, such that part of our works right now involve provision of services that are allied or related to construction, such as architectural services, quantity surveying services, land surveying services, and engineering services. And these services are available to the public as well as to private individuals at a fee. So with this, now our vision is that we want to be the leading provider in decent, affordable housing and all related ancillaries in Malawi. Chair, as we have always said, we are not without any challenges. So many of our challenges, if not all, stem from the problems with our cash flow as a corporation. As the House may be aware, honorable Chairperson and honorable members, the corporation last made its profits in 2019, after which we have operated on losses. And it is from this background that we came to this committee some weeks ago, seeking its direction through its mandate to see if we can find a way of bailing out the corporation, not through a financial bailout, but as it's now in the public domain, as to ask government through this committee that whenever other institutions are being considered on government contracts, especially that are related to our mandate, building contracts, civil engineering contracts, we as Malawi Housing Corporation should be also considered, as we have our footprint all over Malawi, and we're a government entity, a child of parliament. With that, Chair, I should say that we, as controlling officer and my team, we are now ready to take the questions on the audit queries and to provide the responses, whose copies we already have them before you, honorable members. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, controlling officer, for giving public accounts such a synopsis. Honorable members, any questions based on what the controlling officer has submitted to the committee before we proceed to audit queries? I see Blantyre City Chichiri Misesa and Blantyre Central.
Thank you very much, Chair. Through you, good morning from the people of Blantyre City Chichiri Misesa in Limbe CBD. Chair, let me declare interest on the housing issues because we have a landlord in the building. He's a landlord in as far as the housing Malawians is concerned. The office is located in my constituency, so I also happen to be the landlord for this landlord. He's my brother. He's my brother. So all is well, but to get to the substantive issues here, I just wanted to know, through you, Chair, to the controlling officer, that he has explained that the only time, if I may recall, that the Malawi Housing has made profits was, or should be, or I should say, in 2019. So which means that from 2019 up to date, which is almost 6 to 7 years now, they are operating at a loss. I wanted to know what are the measures that they have put in place in order to make sure that the Malawi Housing Corporation is moving away from making losses and begin to be making profits. I just wanted to know, and also what are the factors that made the corporation to make losses, so that as a public accounts committee, when we are aware in one way or the other, we might see how we can get through. Thank you, Chair.
Controlling officer, we'll give you space to attend to Blantyre City Chichiri Misesa, then we'll go to Blantyre Central. Over to you, controlling officer.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable members, and Honorable member, for your question. It's true, as we have indicated, the last time as Malawi Housing Corporation we made a profit was in 2019. It doesn't mean that it was only in 2019, but even years before that, we were making profits. Until in 2020, when we started registering losses. This basically was due to, one, the number of housing units that we have. As you are aware, the whole of Malawi, the corporation has about 6,422 housing units. And this number is not exactly what was there in 2020. In 2020, it was lower. But we had a project where we increased the stock by about 218 houses. So that's why we are now at 6,422. So with the cost of living and the cost of construction, it happened that the high rise of commodities, including construction material from 2020, would not catch with the amount that we charge on the rentals, such that we still under an obligation to maintain these housing units. but we had at the same time had to put the rentals or to keep the rentals as low as possible to accommodate the average Malawian. So with this, it was hard for the corporation to catch up or to break even, to balance our expenditure and our income. At the same time, also as a corporation, for us to raise rentals is not like the way any private landlord would do. We have to go through processes, being a government entity. So at some point, we would propose rental increments, but the shareholder would actually say, no, you can't, giving us reasons which were viable. So we were stuck with low rentals, but high cost of maintenance. Now, to keep that, this is what we have been doing. First, right now, we should commend Parliament and the government that they have allowed us to increase the rentals. We hope it will cushion us from the losses that we projected for this year. But that alone is not enough. This is why now we have activated what we have seen in the Act as our mandate to say, you are not only supposed to be landlords to rent out houses or maybe allocate plots, go beyond this. This is where now we have now started looking into other income generating activities. I would say here, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Members, that the public out there has now started hiring us for construction activities, for civil activities. We have showcased to the public what we are capable of doing. For example, in Lilongwe, we have constructed the asphalt road in the area 43, Sector 8. So those who have seen it, they have also come to inquire to us and contract for us to do similar activities in their areas at a fee. Similarly, as put it Honorable Chairperson, we have also come to government through Parliament to say, don't just let us be idle. We have got the capacity. We have the capacity, we have got the personnel, and we have presence all over the country. So we are lobbying government and other institutions that whatever works that are within our mandate, we should be allowed to participate so that we increase our income base. And the Honorable Chair, I can assure you that once this is done, the issue of losses will be a story of the past. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Controlling Officer. But when you're looking at your financial performance as Malawi Housing Corporation, it appears that you have an appetite of spending beyond what you are able to collect. For example, when you're looking at 2021, your revenue were around 3.6 billion, but you had spent about 5.4 billion. And the same appears to be the case in 2022, where your revenue was around 3.2 billion. But when you're looking at your expenditure was 5.2 billion. You did also indicate that you have now turned into a commercial entity. Controlling Officer, do you have a commercial department? And what is the relationship between your commercial department and the financial or finance department? Because it looks like things are going in a different way, completely different from what is expected to happen. Controlling Officer?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson and our members. When you look at our accounts as Malawi Housing Corporation, one would indeed see that our expenditure surpasses our income. But as we said, Chair, this mainly comes due to our low income generating. That aside, the expenditures that you see in our books mainly are as a result of our statutory obligations. You know, the law is the law. Whether we have money or we don't have money, we are still supposed to pay our taxes. Whether we have money or we don't have money, we still have to remit pensions to pension funds. And the loans that we have been getting from other institutions, it is still our obligation to pay. So these loans will not sit down, or these tax obligations will not sit down to wait to sit down until you start making money, you start paying us. No, we still have to pay them. So it happens that when you look at the cash flow, the money that we make is less, but since we have got obligations, we still strive to fulfill them. So that is what will explain the balance or the deficit in the income and expenditure. But to say that we have got appetite for spending, Chair, Honorable Chair and the other members, it may not be completely true. Actually, I can say here that Malawi Housing Corporation is one, if not the only institution where employees are sacrificing a lot just to ensure that the corporation is still going on. Secondly, Honorable Chair, in terms of the commercial department, I can confirm that we have a commercial department, a whole business research, development, and marketing section. And the section is not resting at all. I can confirm as well that maybe some of the honorable members may confirm. We have even been into the constituencies to find opportunities to see what we can do and to also sensitize members and the DCs and others to see what we are capable of doing. So we are doing both marketing and lobbying through this department. Thank you so much, Chairperson.
I see there's a supplementary from Chitipa Central, then Zomba City North. In that order, please. Chitipa Central.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I would like to supplement on your question on the appetite. And from the response, maybe it cannot be the appetite, but maybe negligence or the laissez-faire attitude. As he was responding, he said, the controlling officer said, the law is the law, they are obliged to pay, which is very true. But if you see on the penalties alone, Chair, they are paying over 278 million on the penalties for failing to comply. So maybe it wouldn't be the appetite, but maybe it's on negligence. Honorable Chairperson, I'd like the controlling officer to, if they understand, if they don't comply, their penalties, and if their penalties, they understand that it's a cost to them. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Maybe before we take Zomba City North, controlling officer, kindly attend to that one. Then we'll proceed to Zomba City North and wind up and proceed into the substantive audit queries. Controlling officer.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson and honorable members. As it is said, sometimes it is usual to call it negligence, that which is a mischief. As we have ably demonstrated, Malawi Housing Corporation has been facing cash flow issues. But much as we have cash flow issues, as I said, we still have statutory obligations. For example, at the end of the month, we are supposed to pay salaries. Once salaries are paid, then the pay as you earn is due to be paid to the revenue collector, which is Malawi Revenue Authority. We have got 14 days within which to remit. So the moment we don't have cash available, we know by virtue of the taxation laws, the Revenue Authority will immediately start charging penalties on that. And there's nothing we can do about it. All we do is maybe come to government to say, the ministry has this amount that is owing to us. Can you please remit something to us? So that we also have the corporation running, as well as we should also pay the tax collector. And I should also say here, Honorable Chairperson, that we have even reached the extent that we negotiated with the revenue collector, which is MRIA, as mediated by the Secretary of Treasury, that even when government is paying us, and this what government is paying us is not any subvention, but money that is owed to us, what you said, maybe you should take 60% of that and pay to MRIA, so that we should be at least reducing these tax liabilities. But as we said, everything that we are facing in terms of tax arrears or so ever is about the cash flow that we have. Honorable Chairperson and honorable members, you will notice that this cash flow issue comes from the low rentals that we charge. Somebody may argue, say, you are a landlord, why would you be having cash flow issues? But at the same time, people should also appreciate that the landlord is the government. The government is not here to punish its tenants. It's just here to keep people having decent housing, affordable, at the same time keep the corporation going and its employees going. So it is not true to say that there's negligence or laissez-faire. It's just that we have been found in a situation that we didn't have control of. At least these are problems that have been flowing from a long time. But the change in the economic situation from 2020, where the cost of living was rising, also contributed to the rise of construction materials. And this has actually affected everything in the housing industry. And Malawi Housing Corporation hasn't been spared. Thank you so much, Chair.
Thank you so much, Controlling Officer. I had recognized the Zomba City North as the last one, but I see Lilongwe Chirobwe, so we'll We'll take 2. Zomba City North, then Lilongwe Chirobwe.
Chair, thank you for giving an opportunity to the people of Zomba City North to ask a question to the controlling officer for Malawi Housing Corporation. One of the achievements that he has mentioned is the construction of all-weather road and asphalt road in area 43. I just wanted to seek clarity if the job that they did was on a commercial enterprise or it was part of their own job in their department. And if indeed it was part of a commercial enterprise, wanted to appreciate how much did they realize from that project. Or if it was their own job, how much did they spend to do the works. Thank you, Chair.
So much. Zomba City North. Lilongwe Chirobwe, over to you.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to know what's the percentage increase that the government has instructed you to effect since in your submission of heard that you've been instructed to increase. And I'd like to know if that increase is enough to cover your problems that you're facing currently. Thank you.
2 questions from Zomba City North regarding how much you realized from the construction of the road. And the other one is on the percentage of increase. As you take these 2, kindly also consider explaining to the committee, because there are allegations out there that Malawi Housing Corporation has been collecting deposits for plots. It has been collecting deposits for house rentals for those who have not been allocated, to the extent that in 2021 you had collected around 3.3 billion. As of 2022, you had collected 4.2 billion from Malawians who deposited for an access to a plot as well as a house, but up to now they haven't been allocated. So as you take those 2, you also kindly consider to take the last one that I've posed. After that, we'll proceed to the audit queries. Over to you, controlling officer.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson and all members. First, in terms of Area 43, Sector 8, Honorable Chair, I would like to say that this was our internal job. Basically, it's what we call adding value to the plots, so that maybe when we were allocating them for sale, the value goes higher and it should be cushioning our cash flow issues. And the road that has been constructed so far is about 2.5 kilometers, and we have spent 1.6 billion kwacha on the project so far, but the project is ongoing.
Controlling officer, you said 12 kilometers?
2.5, Honorable Chair.
0.5,
Yes.
And at what cost?
1.6 billion kwacha.
We had Lord's Authority in this room, I think 3-4 days ago, and we were told that the cost of a kilometer is around, they said it's around 1 billion, about 1.8 billion per kilometer. So you did 2 kilometers at 2.5, around 1.6 billion. I think these are some of the areas that we must look into as a country, because it simply means that we're losing money deliberately as a country when there are opportunities out there where you can save money and do more kilometers and save the nation much better. So thanks for that information. That's why I wanted, there's a supplementary from Zomba City North.
Yeah, Chair, after listening to your sentiments and comparing with what the Roads Authority said, those people are experts in construction works, and the estimates that they gave are factual, factoring in all the the things that are supposed to be taken care of when construction works are being done. Wanted to appreciate how good is the road or the standard of the road as compared to the money that went into that project, 1.6 million instead of maybe 4 billion. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Zomba City North, for that supplementary. Controlling officer, kindly proceed to take that one and wind up on the others that you got earlier. Over to you, controlling officer.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable members. This cost that we have indicated, which as the House appreciates is lower, is exactly the reason we are saying, as Malawi Housing Corporation, we're the best suited to do government contracts. Why is it so? All other contractors would want the government to pay for every cost that they have. Here, we're only looking at the cost of materials. The labor is in-house. There are people we pay at the end of the month. So the supervision is in-house. So the cost that we are giving, the one that we have incurred, is only in terms of materials that are required for the construction of the road. And if you take time to inspect the road, you find that it is to the quality standards that Lilongwe City Council had given us, the asphalt standard. So the reason we have been lobbying government to say, please use us, is because we will not be looking for the government to give us extra costs for labor, for supervision. This is in-house because we have got the whole department. For example, what quantity do we need? We have got the quantity surveyors. The designs, we have got the architect. The engineers, we have them. So our costs are low because we use everything that is in-house. Going to the next one, the percentage increment of the houses on average is 30%. That's what the government allowed us. It may fluctuate depending on the size of the housing units, the location, the type of activities happening there. So, for example, those that are in prime areas would have maybe a higher increase than those that are in places where there's not much activity. And I should also say, Chair, that to answer the question, this percentage increase is still not enough. But since we're a government entity, we can only do within what government has allowed us to do. So if government says you can only do 30%, we'll do 30%. If this House, having known our plight, decides to say, no, 30% is not enough, let's increase, we will comply accordingly. And we hope that is what the committee will do. Thirdly, in terms of taking deposits for house rentals and plot allocations, Honorable Chairperson, Honorable members, that is not true. The corporation does not receive any deposits for plot allocations or house allocations. However, what we do is, for everyone who is making an application, we charge an application fee. And as the nature of applications are, some people succeed, others may not succeed because they have to fill a form and it has to be assessed by the standards that we have in our allocation committees. That notwithstanding, we have always said that our housing units are only 6,422, out of which over 3,000 are rented through the Ministry of Lands to government entities. So we have at our disposal approximately 3,200 housing units against a waiting list of people over 100,000 who keep coming, paying these application fees, buying our form to say we want accommodation. Even when we tell them we don't have houses right now, they'll be like, no, when it's available, please consider me. So we have people who applied in 1998 still coming to follow up. People who applied in 2008 still coming to follow up. So if you're looking at those amounts, basically there are people who have been coming to apply for houses. And these are people that know that we don't have the houses available, but there's hope that there will be houses. So to answer you, Chair, we don't collect any deposits. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Controlling Officer. Allow me to recognize Chikwawa West to take the first question. Chikwawa West, please.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Could the Controlling Officer explain to the committee a comprehensive plan by the corporation to recover outstanding dormant house rental balances with 70% dating back to 2008? And could the Controlling Officer inform the committee on any possible eviction of non-compliant tenants? I submit, Chair.
Thank you so much, Chikwawa West, for that question. Controlling Officer, kindly proceed to attend to Chikwawa West question. Over to you, Controlling Officer.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable members. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, management admits the Auditor General's observation that some houses had rental balances left by tenants when they left the houses. An initiative has been done to collect these balances through legal means. The corporation is taking all necessary steps to recover these dormant rentals. And one of the steps the corporation is taking is a naming and shaming program, where we advertise the list of the defaulters in the Malawi local newspapers. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee members, the corporation is constantly sending communication reminders to its tenants on a monthly basis, such as house rental statements, to ensure the rental balances are being cleared on time. This strategy helps to prevent tenants' balances to be below 2 months, and any excess above 2 months results to tenancy terminations and evictions. In the document that we submitted, there is an appendix 1A1 that shows the memorandum and notice of advertisement that we did for the project, for the program on naming and shaming. Thank you very much, Chair and honorable members.
Honorable members, that's a response from the controlling officers. Any takers to this one? Chitipa Central.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, for recognizing the great people of Chitipa Central to contribute on this one. I'm concerned in that the response is not giving comfort to, there's no action really. If you see the appendix that they have shared, it's actually a memo seeking approval on naming and shaming. I would expect that they would show us some action that have taken place. And I would also think they would have considered the sheriffs, because naming and shaming, I mean, a lot of Malawians are shameless. They want care that they were named in the papers.
Point of order, Chair. Point of order.
Entertaining the point of order from our honorable member. Honorable Chitipa Central, kindly proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, for protecting me. Maybe he wanted me to withdraw the shameless, maybe I withdraw that one. But Honorable Chairperson, the actions, the appendix they have attached is not bringing comfort to your committee. I think they would have done more than, although they would have shared more than what they have shared to your committee, so that you would see that there is something they are doing to make sure that they are able to solve the issue. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Thank you so much, Chitipa Central. I see a hand from Katabe Central.
Thank you very much, Chair, for giving space to the people of Katabe Central to ask the controlling officer a pertinent question. The question I want to ask is, what would be the price for constructing a 3-bedroom house like those in area 15, 18, Kanjeta? Because we need those for our teachers, our nurses, our medical health workers in the constituencies. How much would you be charging? Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you so much, controlling officer. You may take the two. I understand. The last one from Nkatabe Central is slightly out of the audit query, but you may also handle that one. Over to you, controlling officer.
Thank you, Chair and honorable members. Maybe to just speak from what Honorable Chitipa Central mentioned as to what other things we may not have included. As Chair, you will note we said that we are also collecting these balances through legal means. This is where our legal section is actively engaging in debt collection through the lawful means that are available to us as Malawi Housing Corporation. At the same time, we have engaged our tenants in the Know Your Client program, where we need to know where they are, what they do, how to find them. Because when you look at these dormant rental balances, most of them are coming from clients who actually absconded or abandoned the houses, and it's been hard to find them. So we noticed that maybe in the past there was no KYC, but now it's happening everywhere. So we have also had this initiative that even if somebody is to abandon the house, we are now able to find them. In terms of what is the cost of a 3-bedroom house or a 2-bedroom house, we can't say with certainty as to a cost across the country, because the costing is dependent on many factors. For example, a house that we construct in Lilongwe City Center may not cost similar to a house that we construct in Nkarabe Central, as there are so many factors that are considered. However, the comfort that we bring to this house, to this committee, is that we keep saying that we are the lowest, because our costing is normally has to do with the cost of the materials. We don't transfer the labor cost whatsoever. These are things that we are already doing. We already have the members of staff whatsoever. So we may say, for example, in Lilongwe, we are building in Area 49 a semi-detached house, which I think there are 2 bedrooms. Our cost for that in-house is 198 million kwacha. Whilst you go to a contractor elsewhere to say, just build us a 2-bedroom house standard, they'll be charging you maybe 400 million kwacha. So this is the difference that we are bringing to the government, to the public, to Parliament, to say that within this difference, even if we were to now add a profit, a markup, so that we keep floating, we will not reach 400 million. So our cost is low compared to other contractors, but the cost of a house in Lilongwe, even as I said, Lilongwe Central, will not be the same as the cost of a house in Chirazuru, Nyungwe, because there are other factors that will be considered. Thank you so much, Honorable Chair.
Controlling Officer, you've talked of making efforts to recover, be it legally, loans which are dormant. Do you think it is sustainable, or you need to engage the board to retire some of these things? Because you're looking at some of these dormant loans are dating as far as 2008, when the house rentals were extremely low. The cost of recovering this vis-a-vis what you're going to collect at the end of the day, do they tally? As people who are in business, does that make business sense? Controlling Officer?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Members. On our part as management, we will take that as advisory and directive, and we will strive to do that. We will look at the loans to see which ones are so old that or whose cost of recovery maybe would be more than what we may spend, less than what we may spend, or more than what we spend. So we take that as a direction, and we will comply, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I see Chikwawa West, Lilongwe Chirobwe.
Thank you, Chair. I was looking at the names of the debtors who are here. I think the controlling officer can easily find them through you, because I've seen a number of members of parliament, like debtor number 5 is a member of parliament and an honorable minister. There's debtor number 7 is a member of parliament. Debtor number 8 is a media influencer who is always on the Facebook, and you can easily access it.
Can I have order Lilongwe Chirobwe? Is this the reference that has been given in relation to question number 1? Is this appendix, which appendix is that?
Appendix 1.
Appendix
Page 19.
What?
A1, page 19.
Appendix 1. When you look at the response from the controlling officer in relation to long outstanding ground rentals receivable balances, they have given us Appendix 2, which is B1, and B2, showing statement of Ms. and Associates and payment receipts for Nava Blancha. Is this what you're looking at?
Chair, okay. I'm looking at the documents that have been presented to us. So I was saying we can ease up the duties of the Honorable Controlling Officer, but through you, Chair.
Can you switch off mic? We need to proceed in a procedural manner. As a member of parliament, you know, we move. I'm not gagging you, but we're not yet there. This is not the point. When we get to question 2, you can flag out that one. That's in order. But for now, you're a step ahead, Lilongwe Chirogwe. Can we focus on the first audit query, find a resolution to this one, then we move to the second audit query. I see Blantyre City Chichiri Misesa.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chair. Indeed, it's Blantyre City Chichiri Misesa. I think you should master this one. I'm your elder brother, so you don't have to be forgetting now and then. Chair, the controlling officer here has admitted that there are a lot of issues that have been attached to the collection of these dormant loans. And you, Chair, you have also lightly put it that the 70% dormant monies, the rentals, they are dating from 2008, which is a very long period. And I believe that there is a lot that needed to be done. And also through you, the controlling officer, as ably said, that when you go back, you look and do the nitty-gritties and check on how this can be ably cleared. I therefore propose that this should be for further noting to allow the controlling officer put everything together and then come back to the House and then be cleared. I beg to move. Thank you, Chair. Let me retake it. Maybe the anxiety was just too much. Looking at what the controlling officer has explained to us, Chair, through you, he has admitted that indeed there are a lot of challenges to collect these monies. I therefore ask through you, Chair, that we note it, we put it for further reporting. Sorry, he's my brother, so he's my brother, and a better grammar is slipping away from my tongue. But Chair, I propose a further reporting. Thank you.
There's a proposal for further reporting from Blantyre City Chichiri Misesa. I see Chikwawa West. Chikwawa West, please.
Thank you very much, Chair. Just to support the verdict from Blantyre Misesa Chichiri Mbayani.
Mbayani is under Blantyre Central. So this is Blantyre City Chichiri Misesa.
Apologies, Chair. I think the constituency name has a lot of surnames, so that's why I was a bit confused. Just to second what my honourable colleague has said, that this one be referred for further reporting, and just to mention that the CEO indicated that some of the tenants they cannot be able to trace them. We still believe that you can be able to trace them. So when you go back, I think there's need to do more. We shouldn't write off these dates. No, from Chikwawa West we are saying no more writing off these dates. Let them pay. They stayed in a house, they are failing to pay. Let them pay. And where you will do to make sure that this money is collected, we are in support. CEO, let them pay. This is a lot of money. Thank you very much. I support the. Yes, I had to. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chikwawa West, controlling officer. What this means, the audit query still stands as proposed by Blantyre City Chichiri Misesa, and has been ably seconded by Chikwawa West, that you can do better on this one. But as a chairperson, I have to want you to go back, like you've said, about 2008, 2009. We're not talking of the writing of a loan from 2021, 2022, 2023, but where you find that somebody may be passed on, he stayed in that house in 2008, 2009, it becomes very difficult to recover that kind of loan. So as an institution, kindly get to details, analyze customer by customer, case by case, where you feel that this you can recover, you do that. Where you feel that these insignificant amounts, if I may use those words, to the extent that spending too much on collection is going to be expensive, kindly do the needful. But it has to come from proper analysis, and the board has to endorse your decisions. Controlling officer, we'll proceed to question number 2. Lilongwe Chirobe, can you take question 2?
Thank you, Chair.
Because you had indicated that you had other questions, you can prepare the questions, and I allow Zomba City North to take it, then you come in. Zomba City North.
Thank you, Chair, for yielding the floor to the people of Zomba City North. The controlling officer, having ably answering the question on house rentals, I now come forth with a question on ground rentals, where dating back to 2009, there are still long outstanding balances on ground rentals. The committee would want to hear from you if you have managed to recover the ground rentals, and if so, would you provide evidence pertaining to the same? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Zomba City North. Controlling officer, you can take that question.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable members of the committee. In the document that is before you, I have listed, or say we have listed, all those plots that had outstanding ground rentals. So,
controlling officer, make sure that you start with what you submitted to Parliament, because Parliament wrote to you somewhere around 16th January, indicating the audit queries, which you were supposed to deposit with Parliament, your responses by the 28th of March. So what we are supposed to do is to go word by word, line by line, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, speak to what you submitted to Parliament. Thereafter, you can supplement with other details. Why? Because these proceedings are being recorded by Parliament, so it has to tally with these submitted documents. Over to you, controlling officer.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, for your guidance. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee members, the audit report showed that there were outstanding ground rental balances as detailed as follows. 1, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, plot number 18/5/1182 belonged to Nova Blanca at the time of the audit and had an outstanding balance of 9,576,617.82. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, a payment of 21 million kwacha was paid by Nova Blanca to clear the aforementioned balance and subsequent bills. The ownership of the plot changed from Nova Blanca to Mizan Associates Limited, and an outstanding bill of 3 million kwacha needs to be cleared by Mizan Associates, being the current invoice for the year 2025. You may refer to Appendix 2, B1 and B2, showing the statement of Mizan Associates and payment slip by Nova Blanca.
Thank you so much, controlling officer. Honourable members, take us to this audit query, which was raised by Zomba City North. Zomba City North.
Much as he hasn't gone further to include the plot by Mrs. Dorothy Sankulani, there's an anomaly there where an invoice was being prepared of 3 million against 60,000 per annum. I just wanted to understand the discrepancy there because the variance is just too big. 3 million against 60,000. Thank you, Chair.
Controlling Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Members. Maybe I had not yet gotten to that one because that's the query number 2 under this topic. But should it please you, Chairperson and the committee, I can go to that one as well.
Chair, you may, if it pleases you, may give him a chance to answer that one.
Controlling Officer, when you look at 5.2 long outstanding ground rentals receivables, you've done the first part. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which takes you to page 10, up to page 11. So you've just done part of that response, but you've submitted the detailed response. So what you need to do is to proceed up to the end because it's just the same audit query. Over to you, Controlling Officer.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Members for the guidance. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, on plot number 47/2/0450 belongs to Mrs. Dorothy Sankulani. At the time of the audit, it had an outstanding balance of 4,224,760.79. It was noted that the plot was being overbilled with an invoice amount of 3 million kwacha instead of 60,000 kwacha per annum. The wrong invoice was reversed and the correct balance was 300,000 kwacha as at 31st March 2022. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, Mrs. Sankulani made a payment of 300,000 kwacha in the same year, clearing all the arrears through a receipt dated 22 August 2022. Refer to Appendix 2, which is B3, showing ground rent statement and receipt of payment for Mrs. Dorothy Sankulani. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, plot number 47/2/0398 belongs to IAM Motors and had a balance of 3,482,500 kwacha at the time of the audit. A payment of 4,500,000 kwacha was received on 3rd February 2023, which cleared the arrears. You may refer to Appendix 2 B4, which shows activity report for plot number 47/2/0398 for IAM Motors. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, plot number 47/2/0402 belonged to College for Christian Ministries at the time of the audit, and it had a balance of 3,182,500 kwacha. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, this plot was formally created as plot number 47/2/0055, and it was later on changed to plot number 47/2/0402 by the surveyors. Lease was processed in favor of Modesta Matupa as the holder of the plot. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, it was noted that the plot 47/2/402 was erroneously created in our system as belonging to College of Christian Ministries, and it was recommended that the accumulated ground rent bills be reversed. Refer to Appendix 2B5 that shows the activity report for plot 47/2/04 02 and the memorandum for the College for Christian Ministries plot. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, plot number 37/0060 belonged to Central Farm and had a balance of 2,340,000 kwacha at the time of the audit. Plot number 37/0060 was offered in the year 2000 for agricultural use for a period of 20 years. The plot was located and is located in Malangalanga, Area 1 in Lilongwe, a commercial area within the city. Currently, the owner cannot be traced and the plot is encroached by illegal developers. Management will arrange to re-enter the lease and deal with the illegal developers. You refer to Appendix 2B6 showing activity report for plot number 37/0060 Central Farm. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, plot number SW8/610/19-20 belonging to Miss Rosalind G. Mankwala had a balance of 3,840,000 kwacha. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, 3 payments were made by Rosalind Mankwala of 1.2 million on October 4th, 2022, 1,440,000 on the same date, and 1.8 million on 7th December 2022, clearing the balance. You will refer to Appendix 2B7 showing activity report for the plot and receipts attached. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, plot number CHE stroke 1041 stroke 0465 belongs to Football Association of Malawi Farm and had a balance of 4,796,928 at the time of the audit. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, Football Association of Malawi cleared the balance in question through payments made of 2,199,488 kwacha on 15th July 2022, 597,488 kwacha on 22nd August 2022, 579,488 kwacha on 22 September 2022, and 1,679,488 kwacha on 15th of February 2022. You may refer to Appendix 2B8 that shows activity report for plot number CHE stroke 1041 stroke 0465 for farm and the receipts paid. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, plot stroke 27B belonged to Justin Chikaonda and had a balance of 3,323,000 kwacha at the time of the audit. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, later it was discovered that this plot was erroneously being built by the corporation, but the property does not belong to Malawi Housing Corporation, and the bill was reversed. I refer to Appendix 2B9, which shows activity report for plot number, this plot number 27/27B, and the journal for reversal. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, plot number MZ 275/424 belongs to Katawa CSAP and had a balance of 740,100 kwacha during the time of the audit. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee, Katawa CSAP cleared all the arrears in question through the payments made of 300,000 kwacha on 23rd August 2023 and 400,000 kwacha on 2nd October 2024 and 265,100 kwacha on 9th December 2024. Refer to Appendix 2, B10, showing activity report for plot MZ 275/424 for Katawa CCP, and the rest is paid. That should be all on this item, Honorable Chair and Honorable Committee members. Thank you.
Chitipa Central, what has gone out of order?
I'd like to be guided to the page where there's Appendix 2B6. Which page I can find that Appendix 2B6, showing activity report for Code 37. I was hoping you'd ask controlling officer to just refer me to that page, Chair.
Controlling officer, there's a question from Chitipa Central. Kindly take that one.
Honorable Chair, just a minute.
Take your time. Controlling officer, it appears that that one is not or was not submitted to Parliament, unless if your original document has that one, but as for Parliament, we don't have that documentary evidence. Controlling officer.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Yeah, I think I was checking with my colleagues. It seems it was erroneously omitted or skipped. I think maybe because they were saying that it's something that has to do with a tenant that could not be traced. But we undertake to submit to Parliament at the earliest convenient. Thank you.
Because the submission were not premised on the tracing of the tenants. It was premised on what you have in your system. So we're looking for how many days do you want to have for you to submit to Parliament that document?
We should be able to submit it by Friday. Chairperson, thank you.
7 days. But within 7 days, you can submit to Parliament.
Thank you so much.
Honourable members, Chitipa Central.
Yeah, Honourable Chairperson, I was asking guidance to that page because I was more interested on the response here. I wanted to understand the activities the controlling officer was talking of. And in this case, obviously, I cannot understand it. And I believe it because we still have issues, we can't retire it. I would like to move that it should also go for further reporting. Thank you, Honourable Chairperson.
Honourable members, there's a proposal for further reporting from Chitipa Central. I say hand from Lilongwe Chirobwe.
Yes, Chair. Understand this is still on long outstanding grant rental receivables. Are we here? Okay. Just to the satisfaction of the committee and all members, together with the controlling officer. Now I was going through the list that is here. If Mr. Chair, would you allow me just to go through the list of names that are here so you can see, because I still feel there's something that we can do as a committee to help the controlling officer in getting this. Page 90.
Can we turn to page 90? Lilongwe Chirogwe, what is it that you want to communicate?
Thank you, Chair. I would like to list down the names here so you can see, because some of these things can be done. It can easily be done, unlike wasting much of the taxpayers' money on things which we can do and have a resolution to this just now while the controlling officer is actually here. I understand he's a very busy person, so maybe just even to ease up, he start Seju and yours, Mr. Chair. I would like just to go through the names and we see what we can do, because I still feel there's something that we can do here. Yes.
There's a point of order from Branta Central. Branta Central.
Chair, I think my point of order is the list here is self-explanatory, and for the honorable member for Lilongwe Chirogwe to start reading out the names, I think it's just unfair. Or just to select a few individuals from the list is also unfair. I submit, Chair.
There's a hand from Lilongwe Chwamba, then Lilongwe Chirogwe. Blanta Central, can you switch off your mic?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I think it is very good to give opportunity to each person, each member of parliament to ask questions, because any member here is representing the people of his constituency. Therefore, it is not in order to give Lilongwe Chirogwe not a chance to mention if he feels to do so. Thank you.
Honourable members, when you look at that list, you're looking at 113 names. So you want us to go through all those, Lilongwe Chirogwe?
Yes, Chair. We can as well do that, and very fast. We always do that, even for the sake of others and who are here. We have here, why do you call reporters here? I think they are called to get this and send the message to Malawians. I'm not going to mention selected few. I'm going to mention the 113. Even I can able do this in 6 minutes, less than that. Let's not try to protect people who are defrauding this great nation that is going through economic crisis. What is it? Let's rise beyond this and do the service to the nation.
There's a point of order from Blanta City Chichiri Misesa. Blanta City Chichiri Misesa.
Chair, much as the Blanta City Chichiri Misesa appreciates the sentiments that the Lilongwe Chirogwe is pushing forward, we are looking at the document which is ahead of us, which has got every detail for us to appreciate and ask questions pertaining to that. I believe that if there is a move to go line by mentioning names, and then others feel like that is just sorry to put it as a little bit of time constraining, I would ask you if we can vote if he should proceed with whatever the honorable member is trying to push forward or not. It's a procedure that we do in our standing orders. If there is a difference, we can vote, so that if he feels like he should continue, all of us should feel the same. I thank you, Chair.
Honourable member, in terms of the questions, there's no point, at no point have we put any question to a vote. All members are never cut. You're given a space to ask questions, and those questions are never put to a vote. So it's very unfortunate that a specific issue has to be put to a vote. But otherwise, I ask the honourable member if he's comfortable that he wants us to take that route, because we have another stakeholder who is waiting. But for me, just to overrule a member, then we put to a vote, then we'll be setting a bad precedent. I see our senior Mulanje West.
Thank you, Chair, and all my seniors. I just want to concur with all those members who've said that we should not even take time in reading to the list of numbers who haven't paid for the rentals. After all, when the Malawi Housing was giving us this booklet and the responses, they wanted us to know those people, and we've known them and we have them. So there's no need that we need to go through all this. After all, we have a lot of work to do today. And if he's feeling that he's supposed to announce this, then he can even do that at his own pace, maybe outside with the media, but not in this room. And we cannot allow those things to happen. But remember, as you'll be looking into those figures, you go back, Chair, to any reason which he had, the member, to any reason which this member is having, he's got to know that this list from page 18, the following names and corresponding outstanding amount are accurate as of 2024. Thanks so much.
I think we've had enough for this. We still have Zomba City North.
Chair, thank you for recognizing the people of Zomba City North to add a voice on the subject matter on the floor. I just wanted to bring to the attention of the honorable members here present that a proposal has already been made where we want to retire, no, not to retire, but to put forth this audit query for further reporting, where it means we haven't yet exhausted all matters here present. Such being the case, I would want to second the proposal that was made at that time for further reporting. Chair, I second.
Controlling officer, allow me to suspend the proceedings for 5 minutes, then we'll revert. Thank you. You can, controlling officer, there's tea outside. You can have a help.
Usaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.